Nintendo Switch 2. There is a patent out there that was released, right? And I mentioned that there was no source for this patent on this squared looking device. Basically, people stating it could be the Nintendo Switch 2. I was bothered by the fact that there was no information regarding that. Just that, oh yeah, this could be the Switch 2. But I went digging. I kept digging and I found new information for you. In this video, we are going to look over it together and we're going to discover what this really is. And without further ado, without wasting your time, I am going to take you to the website that I found the information in. Of course, if you want to know any information, go to the source, right? And well, everything comes from Japan. So I went to Japan. Well, not literally, but you know, websites to see what they are reporting. And this is what we found. Okay, so here we are in the first website, right? I'm gonna go ahead and hit translate up here so we know what we're saying. I mean, I know some of you out there know what this says. But here, suspected Nintendo Switch 2 patent picture exposed, no longer using JC controller, Joy-Con controller. Now, tell me if you've heard this in any news whatsoever, in basically anything that has been discovered or even discussed on any of these major websites that are covering it. Okay, this is directly from the other side of the world, from Japan. Here we have suspected Nintendo Switch 2 patent. This is the first of two. I have another website I want to show you. Basically, no longer using Joy-Con controller. Recently, a new Nintendo patent was made public, which was submitted in late 2022. Okay, and announced in October of 2023, depicting a new portable game device. Now, this is more information that we already got. This basically tells you when the patent was submitted and when it was approved. Okay, so this is more information than what we had before, right? So here we have, at least we know some details, because every patent has a submission date and it has a release date or an approved date, which is October 2022, which is very similar to the rumored Switch 2. Now let's go ahead and move on here. The patent right here, file contains 4 new game appearances drawings, which are very different from the original Switch. First of all, the new device no longer uses the Joy-Con controller. New information: players can only use the joystick and button on the left and right side of the screen, as well as 2 shoulder buttons at the top. Okay, so we see here, this is the patent that we've all seen before. This is the back of it. At the bottom of the new device, the home button and shared button on the front of the Switch were removed to the bottom. The patent describes, so these people have seen the actual patent. The patent describes that this is moved here because players rarely need to use them during the game, which allows Nintendo to release the front space of the device. In addition, the speakers and charging interface are compatible with the current Switch. The Switch is basically the same. Okay, so right here we know more information because it looks like these people actually are describing what they read on the patent. This is what I do, guys. Whenever I discover a patent, we go over it and we read what's exactly on it. We just don't show pictures like Game Rat did and just say, hey, this belongs to the Switch 2, right? That's what we do. We actually go over the patent and we talk details about the patent. So this website is doing just that, which adds credibility to the patent. The top of the new device is not much different from the Switch. The only difference is where the volume key and the power are exchanged. The headphone jack card slot not been changed. Okay, this is translation, so I'm gonna read it just like that. Okay, guys. Then we have here more information. If this patent is indeed related to Nintendo's next generation console, it is a little strange that only has 6 buttons, a joystick to operate the game. In addition, the patent also mentions that the device uses a pressure-sensitive touchscreen compared with the Switch uses a capacitive touchscreen. So from pressure sensitive to a capacitive touchscreen. Maybe that's part of the whole thing. So basically, here we have more information already than what we had in prior news. And this is what I was looking for, guys. Whenever we report our news, whenever our website reports, they need to be as detailed as possible and not as vague as just showing a picture like this and just saying, hey, here you go. This could be the possibly Switch 2. Whoop-de-doo, you know? No, we need more information. Now, how about we go deeper in this, because we have more information that another Japanese website is telling us about. Let's go ahead and look at it. All right, so here is the other website. It is expected to be the appearance of the next generation of Switch game consoles. Nintendo announced a new handheld patent. Okay, so basically, you know, it's translated, so far we know what it means. Here we have an image of what? Of the Nintendo Switch Lite. Okay, the back of the Nintendo Switch Lite pictured source Nintendo. Among them, the number 33 and the number 34 are operating units respectively, and the 53 is the slot operating, right? So here we have the actual patent here again, and what they're doing is comparing it. Look at the top of the Switch, guys. Look at the top right here. You see the little vent? Look at the vent over here. See? This was moved right here, or depending on how this is placed, it could be in the same area. But if we look at this here, at the vent here, we have the slot right there on the other side. We have right here, look at this. It has the same jack port here, same right here, and then of course the left and the right buttons, which are these right here on the side. And then we have the volume rocker that's right here. That's basically the same size, same color as the Switch Lite, so we can't see really it. But it's right here. The home button or the power button and the actual volume rocker right there, right? So the headphone jacks, the power button, and the volume. So this is basically a replica of what is here. Okay, now this could be something else. I'll tell you in a little bit, but it could be related to something else that might not even be related to the Nintendo Switch 2. But let's go ahead and read more here. It is expected to be an appearance of the next gen system. Okay, so right here we have the top of the patent map, right? The same exact thing, the slot, the audio jack. We have that vent that we saw, right? We have the actual the little rockers here, the volume rockers. We have the power button. Then we have the shoulders, right? The left and the right. And then we have the Nintendo Switch Lite here, top. And this is the base Nintendo, right? The Nintendo Switch OLED. And so I wonder if we can go ahead and translate this. It's already no, this can't be translated. But these are images of the same exact thing right here. Let's continue to look at here images so that we know exactly what we're looking at. Let's see here if it's translated. Yep, there we go. So it shows us more specifications of the Switch, right? And of course the 43 angle, basically kind of referring to how square this is and how it might be depicting this. And so here we have basically on the other side of the actual patent, right? And it's kind of mimicking what we see here, right? So we have here the two vents. We have what seems to be where the dock goes, right? Or this could also be where the dock goes, who knows? And this is another button right here. But we have another, oh yeah, okay, that little hole right here. We have that here. We have the little slot here. So this could actually be the slot where the game goes, right? It could be centered this time instead of, you know, added to a side. And so let's continue to look here. I'm doing this all live. Pretend this is a live stream because I'm going through this information live with you, okay? This has more information. Nintendo Switch Lite bottom picture, source Nintendo. AT Home has previously reported many times that Nintendo is about to launch the next generation of Switch game consoles, although the patent does not represent the final appearance of the product. It will also imply that the future form of the product. Nintendo may launch the next generation system or Switch Lite based on the appearance of this patent TE model. I guess it's like a translation. All right. So let's go ahead and look at this last page right here, see what it tells us. very quickly here. Come on, no more information. I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. But there we have it, right, guys? There we have it. Let's go back over here. So there you have it, guys. Is basically this model, what we see here, is more relevant to a Switch 2 Lite version rather than the actual base model. So what we see here could be, well, you know, it's not going to have one joystick here and then 4 buttons here. This is not indicative of the final model or the final design of the Switch. It's just a representation of the actual device, right? And so what this could be is the Lite version, the all digital version that is rumored to be out there, right? Because I don't believe Nintendo will release 2 of the same exact models and then have one be all digital and one not. One will probably be the Lite version, all digital, and then the other one will be the docked model, which is going to be the more heavier model with the cartridge, right? So this new information that talks about this console is stating that, you know, this could be related more to the Switch Lite than to the actual base model of the Nintendo Switch 2. So what we are going to get, apparently, according to rumors, we get 2 of them, not 1. And I've reported on this channel before that we might get 2 models of the console, one of basically the base model, and then the Switch Lite model. So this could be, right now, what we're looking at, not the Switch 2 as in the beefy model, the big model, but this could be the Switch Lite model. What is good about this? Well, it has a bigger screen, which is actually good for Switch Lite users to have a bigger screen, right? And while everything else is basically the same, the top is completely the same as the Switch Lite. The bottom is exactly the same as the Switch Lite. And of course, Nintendo's not going to go ahead and give us the entire design. So that's why they probably put these things here just as placeholders to where the actual buttons are going to go. So this is basically not the only part of the console, but this is more like placeholders here, right? The screen goes there, these buttons go on this side, this go on that side, and so on and so on, right? So what do you guys think with this new information in regards to this? We know now more concrete information with this image, and we know now that it's related more towards a Switch Lite version of the Switch 2 rather than the base model. I think the base model will have detachable Joy-Cons and the lighter version will have attached Joy-Cons. Now again, this is all speculation on what we see here and what they reported on this here, but we went to the source, closer to the source, you know, closer to the area, and we got a bit of more information to educate ourselves on this right here. Let me know what you guys think down below. Does it make more sense to you that now that we have more information, that Nintendo could be releasing a second model, and the second model could be a light version without detachable Joy-Cons? All right, I'm gonna leave it here, let you guys discuss it down below, and I'll join you down below as well. So till the next one, before I let you go, never give up, journey on. Peace.